Civil servants are there to administer the government schemes, review them, guide them, and improve them, not to propagate them. See, IAS still has some kind of credibility in the mind of the people. So you are using the IAS officers to propagate the Modi has done this, Modi has done this, Modi has done that. Modi has done nothing. Rath Prabharis is normally used in it's a political parlor. It's never used in the civil service parlance at all. They are using these two credible instruments I would call them, the civil services, particularly the Indian Administrative Service and the armed forces, to convey the message so that people will be, what these people are saying, maybe this must be correct. I am part of 2-3 groups of civil servants. Everybody is totally
It's all buzzing with the messages and
they're totally aghast. They have never heard of such a thing happening. If the Election Commission of India is up to its salt, they must issue a directive immediately to withdraw.
Hello and welcome to the News Minute. The Union government's proposed Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra that they want to carry out across the country between November till January 2024 has triggered a lot of controversy. The controversy is because the Union government plans to involve IAS officers at the level of joint secretaries, directors, deputy directors, who will be made in charge as Rath Prabharis. So there is going to be a yatra across the country in all the Gram Panchayats in 765 districts across the country. And these officers will be the flag bearers of the Narendra Modi government's achievements in the past 9 years. A lot of controversy has broken out over this particular announcement. The Congress party has taken objection to it, saying that the government is planning to do something like this just ahead of the 5 state assembly elections. And a few people have also written to the Election Commission saying that this is unethical and this is also a clear poll code violation. To talk about this, I have with me Mr. Devasahayam, who's a former IAS officer. He has also written to the Election Commission of India. Sir, thank you so much for talking to the News Minute. So, why do you think that this announcement by the Union government is not right by involving government officers in the process of, popularizing or showcasing their Narendra Modi government's work for the past 9 years across the country? What's wrong in that?
Thank you, Shabbir, for me in this program. See, we have to look at it from 3 dimensions. And all the 3 dimensions, it is wrong. Dimension number 1 is, this we call Sankalp that you are talking about, is about schemes. Almost all of them come within the remit of the state government. And they are going to cover the 765 districts, as you mentioned, and also the lakhs of panchayats, village panchayats. This is a state subject. Development, economic development, various kind of providing services is a state subject. And if you want to, central government has to do something, they have to do it through the state government. So they are violating, number 1, the federal principle. Number 2, they are violating the code of conduct of the civil servants. Civil servants are there to administer the government schemes, review them, guide them, and improve them, not to propagate them, not to do propaganda, not to take a Rath Yatra and go around saying Modi has done this, Modi has done this, Modi has done that. No, that is not the job of the civil servants at all. Second point. Third point is violation of the electoral code. The model code of conduct may not be in operation in all the states. It is in operation only in the 4-5 states where there is going to be election. But it's clear violation of the basic level playing field. You have a set of government officers, senior officers. See, IAS still has some kind of credibility in the mind of the people. So you are using the IAS officers to propagate the Modi has done this, Modi has done this, Modi has done that. Modi has done nothing. If the scheme is there, the government of India has done it. If the money is being spent, it's the money of the people. It's not Modi's money.
It's basically taxpayers' money that is being used.
So this kind of propaganda and using the word Rath Prabhari. See, I have served in a hardcore Hindi state. I was trying to find out what exactly is Rath Prabhari. I talked to some of my former colleagues. They were also laughing. Rath Prabhari is normally used in it's a political parlance. It's never used in the civil service parlance at all. Rath means, as you know, going.
So I think many of our viewers must be non-Hindi speaking viewers. So we'll just explain what exactly is Rath Prabhari. Rath Prabhari means Prabharis are basically in charge of a particular district. Even in BJP, they have something called district Prabharis, which means they are district in charge. So maybe that term is being used for government programs as well, right?
So that is deliberately. This is not that they do not know Hindi. They are deliberately using it to, in a way, I would say, denigrate the civil services. See, it's a political parlance. It may be a Hindi word. Rath Prabhari. Now, for instance, why it is when Advani took the Rath Yatra throughout the country, which led to this communal flare-up and all. I don't want to go into that. Mr. Modi, who is the present Prime Minister, was a Rath Prabhari. So that word has a particular connotation which is not conducive for civil services at all. So on this, so from the electoral point of view, it is a violation of the level playing field. Government of India, with this power and money, using the civil services at their disposal to propagate what Modi government has done. Modi government is, you call it Modi government is also wrong. See, in USA, that's wrong, basic misconception in the media also. See, in USA, they call it Biden government. They used to call it Trump government. They used to call it the Clinton government because there is presidential form of government. The whole country elects the president. President is a directly elected candidate. Whereas India, it is not. Prime Minister is only one of the 545 MPs. So calling it Modi government is totally wrong. We should always call government of India, the central government, the union government. So Modi government is a wrong parlance. So using this Rath Prabhari is a totally wrong method of conveying the message. So it's a devious way of conveying a political message through the civil service. So in all the three counts, it is wrong. That's the point.
No, what I don't understand is that why should the government of India take a yatra across the country in several gram panchayats to popularize their schemes? Because every department has a certain amount of budget for popularizing their schemes or carrying out outreach programs, and I think throughout the year or even throughout the term that they are governing, there have been several ads that are released. There is a particular department to go ahead and do that. Then why is that the government is coming up with something like this just before the 2024 elections or before the 5 state assembly elections?
No, it is basically aimed at the 2024 election, not the 5 state election.
It's not for 5 states.
No, that's already process already started. The voting will take place anytime now. Nothing much can be done as far as the states are concerned. It is basically aimed at 2024 parliament election. There could be a couple of reasons. Reason number one is, see, there is a general perception, though of course I don't want to be very harsh on the media. I have been a friend of media. The mainstream media has become a gaudy media and they are also spreading lies. The credibility levels have become very low. They say whatever BJP fellows say, they're telling lies. Whatever the media, mainstream media is saying, they're telling lies. So the credibility of these people have come is a record low now. So they want to use whatever credibility left of the civil services. IAS particularly has some credibility even now. They're doing something with the armed forces also. I'll come to that later. I hope we'll ask the question.
No, I wanted to ask you about that as well.
Because I was also in the army before coming into the IAS. So they are using these two credible instruments, I would call them, the civil services, particularly the Indian Administrative Service and the armed forces, to convey the message so that people will be, what these people are saying, maybe this must be correct. Otherwise, I don't see any reason for this at all. Secondly, if at all central government want to convey anything.
Okay, that's very interesting. You are saying that the government had already had a certain amount of people who were carrying out their propaganda, and all of them seems to have been, what, fallen out of favor or outdated in terms of,
Credibility. They lost their
credibility. They lack credibility.
Yes. Yes, that's the reason why they are now drawing on the civil servants and the armed forces, two credible institutions. In fact, they have a vow of sovereignty. They are to be seen, not to be heard. I have been in the army myself. I have been in the civil service also. The dictum is you must be seen, not heard. So the government want them to be heard now, to propagate kind of schemes, which is not their job at all. It's not their job.
So, what exactly is the reaction from the civil services? Like, you must have been speaking to, people from inside. What are they saying about this scheme that the government is planning to launch?
I am part of 2-3 groups of civil servants. Everybody is totally.
It's all buzzing with the messages and.
They're totally aghast. They have never heard of such a thing happening, and some of them have open in their comments, like B.K. Chaturvedi, former cabinet secretary, yes, bluntly said. A.S. Sharma, former finance secretary. I have also openly spoken up. Some others also openly spoken up. Yes, they are completely flabbergasted that such an idea could come from the mind. So I was, the Congress party criticized it. Mallikarjun Kharge made a strong statement. I think our, what's his name, our Congress, what's his name? That
Pawan Khera.
No, Pawan Khera, who's the other gentleman from Karnataka, or
Jairam
Ramesh. They also had come out with a statement. But I saw a very strange response by this fellow, this liar in chief of the BJP. What's his name? That Amit Malaviya. He says civil servants are not supposed to do any duty given to them by the government. Nonsense he is talking. Only legal, legitimate duties. Any duty, I am not supposed to obey. If they give me an illegal duty, if they want to ask me to go and beat up somebody, will I do that? Utter nonsense. This fellow is a very utter nuisance. This character, what's his name? This the liar in chief of BJP. I think they got. He
has put out a tweet. He has put out a tweet in which he says that it's the job of the bureaucrats to serve the people. As they are part of the elected government.
They should do whatever is directed by the government.
It's deems fit.
Serving the people is, yes, we know how to serve the people. He doesn't have to teach us. But the question is, this is not the way to serve the people. And the point I am making is, if central government has done something good, I am not saying they have not done anything good. They might have done good. But whatever they have to do and tell the people through the state government. State government is apparatus. India is a union of states. They can't impose directly from Delhi, get hold of IAS officers directly and ask them to go and take a Rath Yatra and propagate as a Rath Prabharis. This is totally wrong, violative of the basic federal principles. That's one of the strong reasons why I oppose.
Okay, even if this proposed yatra is undertaken, there have been demands that this should be withdrawn. But if this proceeds further, what will be the role of IAS officers? What will they be doing on ground as Rath Prabharis? Is there some clarity about that? Whether they are going to only oversee the yatras, or whether they are going to be part of the yatra? They are in charge of conducting these yatras, successfully conducting these yatras, or what will be their role?
Yeah, I checked up. As of now, the circular that has gone is to nominate officers from the respective departments. So probably after it is nominated, they'll go through a process of training and sort of, maybe they'll be briefed. As of now, details are not known. Only that Bharat Sankalp, what you are mentioning,
Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. That's the name
yatra, of it. That's a yatra, and they are the Prabharis. The Prabharis of the yatra. Don't know what that yatra is. What are the schemes they are going to take up? Obviously, they will take up the various schemes of the central government, giving subsidized food, subsidized gas, these insurance schemes, various schemes. Whatever scheme they might have introduced, it must be operated through the state governments. See, the state government has got IAS officers. They are also sitting there and they're running the state government. What are these people going to say? I don't know. Nothing is clear, but only the message that has come out is that they have recognized that whatever they say is not credible. People feel that they are telling lies, and they want to bring these people to make them believe that they have done a lot of wonders, and they must be brought back to the power again. That's what I can understand. As of now, details are not known.
Okay. You have also served in the army, sir. So now there is also another, scheme that the government has come up with, where the army men who are going on leave will be used as ambassadors for the government and propagating the government schemes. The government also plans to bring in some ex-bureaucrats to be a part of this massive campaign that they are planning across the country ahead of 2024 elections. So what exactly is happening? Why do you think all this is heading in a different direction?
Now, this again is, as I said, the armed forces are today have perhaps the best credibility among the people because of the sense of sacrifice and other things, the uniform. Some amount of confidence is there and credibility is there. Now they want to misuse the armed forces also. The disease started during the 2014 election campaign. 2009, I think 19, I don't remember exactly. This UP Chief Minister, Yogi Adityanath, called the army Modi Sena. He called it Modi Sena. And there was huge virtual revolt among the ex-servicemen. And they wrote to the Election Commission. The Election Commission did do nothing. The Election Commission has become a dead entity now. When if they had issued a sort of kind of warning to the party at that time, don't bring in the armed forces. Now that they feel that Indian Army is Modi Sena, they can use the Indian Army to do propaganda also. So what they have done is, army soldiers going on leave, they must have the selfie points. They have 820 selfie points where they have to put a big, posters and, kind of thing, propagating and advertising the central government schemes. And if the armed forces do it under their banner, there will be again credibility. People will believe this is what has happened. Central government is doing.
So on one side there will be Modi's picture, another side there will be army man who will be standing, and in between you will take a picture.
This is worse than what they are doing to the civil servants. See, in civil services, we have a civil service conduct rules. For IAS, we have this All India Service IAS conduct rule, which clearly says you have to be politically neutral. That is for the civil service is concerned. And as far as armed forces are concerned, it is prohibited. Political talk is completely prohibited, and they can be court-martialed. Anyone violating, talking political, doing propaganda can be court-martialed. And now government of India is directing them to do an offense which can be court-martialed. Tomorrow, if there is a regime change, 2024, if there is a change in regime, these fellows can be court-martialed. See, those who indulge in these things can be court-martialed and can be removed from service. Not only removed, they can be humiliated also. See, they are exposing these armed forces people to serious danger. Just because they want to do propaganda. Earlier, they have been doing this propaganda through their various organizations. They have their own IT cell, they have BJP, they have RSS, they have so many umbrella organizations. But why have they now come to the civil services and the armed forces? The reason is because they have captured all the institutions of democratic governance. They have captured, neutralized. President's office has been captured, neutralized. Parliament is captured, neutralized. Even higher judiciary has been virtually captured, neutralized. Election Commission captured, neutralized. Control and Auditor General of India captured, neutralized. Of course, CBI, ED, I don't list them among the institutions. They are only instruments. They are only departments. They are completely finished. So this is not the way you run a government. See, democracy or governance cannot be run by individuals. It can be run only by institutions. Institutional continuity should be there. Institutional integrity should be there. And these people have destroyed everything. And now, at the fag end of their time, they want to finish up whatever is left of the civil services and the armed forces. That's what I would like to comment on.
Right, sir. My final question to you: what exactly can the state governments do now if the union government wants to pressurize them to nominate officers? Can they say no?
Good question. Now, I don't think they are expecting state governments to nominate officers. I don't think any opposition rule state government will nominate. At best, BJP rule state governments may, so they may not. They are drawing from the central government for various departments. It's not only IAS. I think they are drawing from the even income tax department they are drawing on. They're drawing from various other departments. Railways they will draw on. See, number one, central government work will come to a standstill. If all these people, 765 districts roam around doing Rath Yatra, work will come to a standstill. As far as state government is concerned, if they're propagating these kind of schemes, it becomes a political kind of propaganda. State governments are anticipating any law and order situation, they can stop it from happening. State governments got the powers. Law and order is their subject. They can say, no, this will create disharmony among the people. This will create law and order situation. We don't want this to happen. We'll propagate the scheme. So state governments have limited scope, but overbearing central government can bulldoze it and it can create major central-state relations strains also. Yes, that can happen. If the Election Commission of India is up to its salt, they must issue a directive immediately to withdraw. As of now, there's only one agency which can be. See, you go to a court, it is not a fundamental right or legal problem. 226 or 312 is not attracted. Election Commission has the plenipotentiary powers. Because this is good for the listeners, it's a very important point. Election Commission powers are not confined only during the election time. It has just because the model code of conduct. No, if Election Commission feels a particular action of the government is violative and it'll grossly distort the electoral scenario and it'll not facilitate free and fair election, Election Commission has got the plenipotentiary powers to issue directive. There are Supreme Court rulings on this subject, and I hope this Election Commission, which seems to be virtually dead, will awake and wake up to the situation, how dangerous the situation is, at least. Otherwise, the Election Commission is completely loses credibility. That's the request I would like to make of the Election Commission at this point of time.
Right, sir. Let's see what happens next, whether the government is withdrawing this order or whether the Election Commission intervenes and asks some questions to the union government. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.